So, you thought you'd seen it all, huh? Well, think again. Both humans and Mother Nature have plenty of never-before-seen secrets. We're talking about goats in trees, machines that can print roads in minutes, trees that bleed when they're cut, and things that are much larger than you ever thought they could be, like this insane cargo plane. But that's only the tip of the iceberg. Check out our video for some of the most insane things you probably didn't even know existed. We all know planes are huge, but have you ever seen a plane this huge? This is the ANTONOV AN-225, and it's the world's largest operational cargo plane. When she debuted in 1988, she was 50% bigger than any airline ever seen before. This massive flying machine has 6 turbofan engines, a wingspan of 88.4 meters or 290 feet, and it's 84 meters or 275 feet long. Compare that to the common Boeing 737-800 and its wingspan of 34 meters or 112 feet and length of 39 meters or 129 feet, and it feels positively tiny. This jumbo cargo plane is even longer than your average train car, which comes in at a pathetic 53 feet or 16 meters long. The aircraft is owned by a Ukrainian company, ANTONOV Airlines. It weighs about 285,000 kilograms when empty, yet it's still able to carry a world record-breaking load of 187.6 tons, or 170,188 kilograms. Everyone knows that birds migrate, but we can bet you've never seen a migration like this. These are thousands of starlings, and they're murmurating. Murmuration occurs when large groups of birds fly in coordinated patterns, looping and swooping through the air in what looks like a complicated way to fly south for the winter. Starling migration is known to physically block out the sun in Denmark, whose residents refer to the phenomenon as the black sun. Scientists think that every starling in a murmuration is connected to every other starling. When they all turn in unison, it's like a phase transition. But since they don't practice the complicated formations, scientists don't really understand how such large groups are able to move so seamlessly. But we are happy to enjoy their amazing flying shows while we wait for them to figure it out. Paving a road is long and tiring and kind of boring, but 3D printing a road? That's a whole other story. In 2012, HENK van KUIJK, the director of the Dutch industrial company Vanku, invented a semi-automatic robot vehicle called the Tigerstone, and it has a lot more going for it than just a cool name. The machine lays down carpets of brick like it's easy. It works by having 1 to 3 people feeding the machine bricks, and then it lays them out in these perfect patterns to fit the road. The Tigerstone is capable of laying 300 square meters or 3,230 square feet of brick road per day. A single paver on their hands and knees could only manage 100 square meters or 1,076 square feet per day. Of course, this type of productivity doesn't come cheap. The machine costs $81,485. Homeowners everywhere are waiting for a reasonably priced mini version to redo their walkways. Do plants hurt when we cut them? Some scientists say they might. In fact, that fresh-cut grass smell after we mow our lawn is the grass trying to save itself from the injury we just inflicted. So maybe you'll think twice next time you want to go cut your grass. Some trees have similar reactions, but they're a lot more dramatic. The dragon's blood and bloodwood trees both leak red sap. The dragon's blood tree is found in Yemen and it leaks red sap when it's cut. The bloodwood tree, or wild teak tree, is found in South Africa and also leaks a dark red liquid which is created by tannins, the same thing that makes up red wine. Tribes believe that the strange red sap has magical properties, but its purpose? To coagulate and seal the tree's wounds, just like human blood. Fish can be breathtakingly beautiful, like the colorful clownfish and blue tang, or this intricate lionfish. But this next fish is far from being the belle of the ball. This is the Goliath tigerfish, and what it lacks in beauty, it makes up for with brawn. The fearsome creature has been rightfully featured on River Monsters, and that's because it's an incredibly dangerous fish that can even eat small crocodiles and mammals that wander too close to the water's edge. They're generally found in the Congo River Basin and then some other lakes in Africa. The biggest Goliath tigerfish on record was almost 5 feet or 1.5 meters long and weighed a whopping 154 pounds or 70 kilograms. It's been known to occasionally attack humans and can rip a 60-pound catfish completely in half. Yikes. Would you be willing to hop in the water if you knew this might be waiting for you? Yeah, I don't think so. Being caught in a rainstorm can be kind of fun, but being caught in a hailstorm? Yeah, definitely not fun. The largest hailstone to ever fall in the US was in 2010 in Vivian, South Dakota. It was almost 2 pounds and 8 inches in diameter. That's almost as big as a volleyball. But what causes these dangerous ice balls to fall from the sky in the first place? Well, they're actually the result of the mixing of warm updrafts and cold downdrafts. When a water drop is lifted, it can be exposed to temperatures below 32 degrees, causing it to freeze and then fall. As it falls, it can get picked up again by another updraft and then refreeze. Hail is definitely not harmless. It causes about $1 billion worth of damage annually. Nebraska, Wyoming, and Colorado usually have the most hailstorms, so watch out for falling volleyballs next time you're visiting those states. This gorgeous plant has been nicknamed the corpse flower, and for good reason. It's called the Titan arum, and it's known for its foul-smelling cluster of flowers. The plant can be found in the rainforests of western Sumatra. It usually takes 4 to 10 years for the plant to flower, and it only blooms for 24 to 48 hours. The plant is also super tall. It can reach more than 3 meters or 9.8 feet in height. That's almost double the size of an average human. So what's the purpose for the rotting smell? It's actually to attract flesh flies and beetles that pollinate the plant. It's kind of similar to the Venus flytrap, which attracts insects who touch the plant's sensory hairs, causing it to snap shut and digest the insect's proteins. So the Titan arum treats the insects as friends, while the Venus flytrap treats them as dinner. You can technically buy this strange flower too, but unless you want your home to smell like rotting flesh, it's probably best to avoid it. Volcanoes are crazy. Lightning is crazy. But what about a volcanic lightning? That would be double crazy. And yes, it is a real thing. Scientists think it occurs as a result of charge separation. It appears to occur most often around volcanoes with large ash plumes during active stages of eruption. This is because lava creates large temperature gradients, and the lightning bolts are nature's way of balancing things out. The phenomenon has been spotted at Japan's Sakurajima, Italy's Mount Etna, and the famous Mount Vesuvius. Its last eruption in 1944 resulted in some epic lightning bolts, but the amazing natural occurrence was also recorded when the volcano erupted more than 2,000 years ago. The rare occurrence is still hard to understand, especially because volcanoes aren't constantly erupting all over the place. Would you be willing to stand around an erupting volcano to watch this amazing display of Mother Nature in person? Hit that like button if you would. If you heard a giant explosion and then went outside to find an enormous crater, what would you think happened? All of the theories were floated around in 2013 when a loud explosion was heard from 100 kilometers away in Siberia's Yamal Peninsula. The noise came from a huge crater that was about 13 feet wide and nearly 330 feet deep. And since then, more have shown up in Arctic areas. Scientists believe that they're the cause of permafrost melting at an alarming rate. With low temperatures and high pressure, methane in water can form methane hydrate. Permafrost keeps everything under control, but when it thaws, the methane can be released as a gas. So yeah, guys, climate change is real. We've seen goats climbing up the sides of cliffs, but have you ever seen a goat in a tree? Well, these Moroccan goats are expert tree climbers. They've learned to climb trees to snack on their favorite tasty treats, the ARGAN fruit, which makes up about 84% of their overall diet. These goats will use their coordination and feather-light steps to reach heights of about 30 feet to get their fix. Local farmers have no problem with their tree climbing buddies either. They actually collect their argan-filled poop, which the farmers turn around into argan oil. The fruit is hard for farmers to get and crack open, so recovering the nuts from the goat's droppings is the most productive way to make the luxurious oil. Less than 2 ounces or 50 milliliters, 100% pure argan oil can be sold for about $48 US. But it takes a lot of fruit to get even a little oil. 1/4 of the liquid can take about 60 pounds of the fruit. Don't worry, we aren't quite done yet. Time for a bonus entry. These Mother Nature marvels are called lenticular clouds, and they're responsible for a lot of so-called UFO sightings. That's because the lens-shaped clouds stay in one place, even when the wind is strong or changes directions. They're formed when air moves over mountains and cools enough for condensation to take place. They continually reform over the same location, so they're actually not super rare, but they're still a sight to behold. Look at how they amazingly capture the colors of the sunset. Wow! Lenticular clouds are sometimes confused for vapor cones, which occur during sonic booms when an object in moist air breaks the sound barrier. So when supersonic shockwaves are released from jets, for example. But the lenticular clouds are 100% natural, and we definitely love to catch one in action. So what's your favorite entry on our list? And what other rarely seen marvels would you like to share with us? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, you'll probably love these videos on more strange phenomena. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more from The Richest. We'll see you next time.